Did you have ever heard the word of the intersex or the androgyne? The intersex meaning the people who has man sex organs and woman sex organs at the same time. In other words, it is meaning the people whom neither man nor women can sort medically. Though, there will be men who can't believe that such people exist. It is said that intersex people exists abundantly in the modern society as well. When we take a look, such people are looks like men, or they are looks like women. Therefore they live as a man or a woman socially. Then, their existence isn't announced officially, and they believe themselves are deformity and are living quietly. But, the intersex is not deformity. It is explained in the following. They have been told by their parents that they are deformity since they were born. And they try to hide it and chose sex. They pose as the man or the woman, and live. Some of them are manly person and some are feminine person. But, some feminine character people are being forced to throw away the feminine character. Because their appearance is manly. And they are suffering from it. And there is the opposite case of it too. Then, it seems that there are the cases that they had a sex change operation compelled. Because they were misunderstood as deformity. Why do they have man genitals and woman genitals at the same time? Moreover, on the other hand they are manly, and on the other hand they are feminine, though they are the same intersex. First, the fact that their body don't exist as a man or a woman, it means such people didn't split. In other words, because the human did split in a former life. They were born as a man or a woman in this life. Those are we, the modern Earthians. But, they didn't split. Then, as for that person being manly or being feminine, it depends on their surface character is manly or feminine. Well, what is the splits? You may not be able to understand it. No, all human beings can't understand it because we have only the self-consciousness. So we can't understand the spiritual easily. Therefore, we must spread our heart to appreciate infinity, to appreciate vast intelligence first. Do like this, broaden your view and image it. The human being is the life of the soul. Originally there is no the sex in the thing of a soul. But the principles of yin, shade, and yang, light, function in one soul. As every atom's consisting of yin and yang. In the same time the existence of the soul, which is not material with no form, can be exist like this, too. Then, when the soul gets off to the physical world, in other words, when it was born as a human being, it is supposed to become a human being with no distinction of the sex. At least, comparatively, there were many such people until the Atlantis age. But, look around. Almost all moderns are not androgyne. This is because the yin and yang of the soul was divided. That causes in mankind's original sin. In other words, any human being has the specific companion. If he or she do a sexual commerce with the person except for the only companion, it is decided that the regular couple splits. For example, won't this following thing be easy for you to image? Aren't we often hear that a couple split because one did adultery with a person except for the spouse at the present day? As mentioned in the above, the person that's such a true couple exists in one human body is the intersex. Therefore, the intersex person splits if the person does a sexual intercourse with the others. Well, what is to split? It meaning that, when such a person is born in the earth in the next life, the person will be born as two human bodies of the man and the woman. Then, they are born in this world as the strange man and woman, and they must search for each other in the trip of the life. It is happy if they can encounter each other. But it is very unfortunate if they can't encounter each other. At any rate, the one always looking for the other hand, so they always feel their heart is not satisfied. Then, all moderns are really such condition. It will sound romantic, if it is the destiny that a certain man and a woman to be united. But, this is the truth. All human beings has the each soulmate. Then, if the couple united, They should never leave. This is the beginning of the concept of the system of the marriage. There are the people who think about the marriage as different with love and sex in the modern society. But it is wrong. All are one in the purpose of the connection of the soul. And it must be sacred. A sect of the Judaism called Amish, they call their future partner Basherte or Basherto. As it were, they understand that their destined soulmate exists. We modern must be so, too. But it is a fact that this world isn't so simple. It is because it isn't always our companion is reborn as a strange opposite-sex person. Our twin soul is sometimes our parent, sometimes our brother or sister. And moreover, sometimes one is not born in this world. And, in the first place, we don't have the ability to ascertain the one is our twin soul or not. Well, what should we do? For that sake, young man and woman observe their partner for many years. And they keep company carefully, never do premarital sex. So they get the conviction that there is no marriage partner without this one. And they should marry. When they decide themselves that they cherish each other even if they got old. How do you think about it? Moderns are impatient to the sex, and Epicureanism, comparatively. Therefore, a divorce rate is high in the modern society. For the reason in the above, intersex people must not do sex with others all through their life. In the first place, you mustn't have the sex drive. You only have an interest in the living and the habit of this world, and confused by families and surrounding people's opinion, and you want a marriage and sex. Then, you are never deformity. Rather, you are mankind's archetype, ideal body, the improved existence. Therefore, you must never be confused by parents, doctors and surrounding people's opinion, and you must go through the purity. Then, because you are the high-level existence, you should be a priest or a psychologist or a charitable person, etc. You should become the person who leads the people to the justice and right. On a parallel with this, it hears that the probability which twins are born of rises. It has possibility that most of them are the twin soul each other, though it won't be they all. If it is so, you must not be confused by a society habit, and you should never begin to sexual intercourse, and you must keep purity, and you should become the guidance of the justice. If you don't have sex drive and you don't fall in destined love, it may be the sign that you are the unnecessary existence of marriage. You must not be confused by the social habit of this world. The human being are not just only the existence that a thing like amoeba which ovum and sperm are connected and evoluted. It is not a thing which appears and disappear at the moment. We are the lives of the soul, and we are traveling this universe. But most human beings who are in the earth at present are being restricted in the earth. Though originally the soul must be free. Most Earthians are repeating reincarnation, and we are forced a hard life. How do you feel? Is your life always pleasant? Don't you think there is rather pain? If you deny it, listen to what Christ said. It is luckiness, the person who goes down in sorrow now, because that person will be glad. It is unfortunate, the person is glad now. It is because that person suffers after. As it were, its meaning, though the person suffering from this life will be rewarded at the next life. The person who is in the ease now will be seized with the hardship of karma later on. In other words, it can say this world is filled with sorrow. Well, why is this world so severe? It is because mankind breaks God's law. In other words, if we stop violence, murder, war, and keep the law of the sex, almost problem is solved. But the instructor which teaches this are absent in the present day. Advanced souls visit this solar system to teach this to the Earthians. A part of those are the androgynes and twins. From now, the age of Aquarius, which is the entrance of the age of the heart, begin. So many workers of the peace are looked for. They are the people that Christ called together. Because few workers are there in the earth now. Therefore, they were born in this world.